Why real-time bidding? Because nothing else compares. Organic SEO, AdWords, PPC, anything else besides RTB, and you could have done better. You could have stretched your ad dollars, you could have increased your ROI, but unless you're a Fortune 100 company, possibly a Fortune 500 company, one of the top 22,000 highest income producing companies, at least in America, odds are pretty good you may not even be aware of what real-time bidding is. Good news for you is that you can change all of that today and never look back. Real-time bidding in its simplest terms. Real-time bidding, or RTB, is a media buying approach. RTB refers to the automated auction buying of a single ad space on a website or in a video. These are banner impressions. RTB is an auction, and it's an auction where the highest bidder wins. It's an auction where the highest bidder wins, but they only pay 1 cent above the second place bid. Banner inventory is sent to the auctions from thousands of websites around the world. These banners are from the highest traffic sites on the web down to the mommy blogger sites, depending on where they monetize their banner space. Top tier sites like New York Times, National Geographic, and others like that get their ads from RTB, as do second tier sites like thesaurus.com and on down the line. There's billions of available ad impressions available every day, and they need to be sold to the highest bidder. The demand-side platforms, DSPs for short, are represented by the 3D figures above. There's big guys, the Super DSPs, and the little guys, the regular small DSPs. SiteScout would be considered a little guy in the DSP social search. Pictured here, coming in with about 10 billion impressions available daily, but they're available to the small business and the individual internet marketer. The downside is their traffic is marked up heavily, and they have relatively limited inventory when compared to the big DSPs like the MediaMath, which is the 800-pound gorilla, the king of the DSPs. MediaMath only sells traffic to enterprise level businesses. Their available inventory is currently about 50 billion impressions daily, and it's on its way to 100 billion in the near future as RTB continues to grow. Now, unless you have deep enough pockets, you can't touch MediaMath. They and their incredible platform are out of reach to the massive marketers and the small businesses, as it takes $250,000 and a 1-year commitment to even talk to MediaMath. Their traffic comes back with very little markup because they're able to buy all of the available real-time bidding banner ads in bulk, and they get traffic very cheap. The previous way to get access to the real-time bidding system is to open and fund an account at SiteScout or Lean Market or any of the other smaller DSPs that are within the budget of the independent marketer and small business. The enormous worldwide reach and extended functionality of a Super DSP like MediaMath requires a $25,000 a month spend with a 1-year commitment, so if you can swing it, that would have been the best choice of DSPs. Otherwise, you previously would have had to go with SiteScout, and those were your options until now. Here's the paradigm shift that's underway currently with RTB. The proprietary software the RTB Auction Network and DisplayAdMarketing.com uses creates a new layer in the real-time bidding landscape. It's one layer above the RTB, and we use the only software in this space. The concept with this proprietary software is leveraging the buying power of the 22 million small businesses and independent internet marketers in the U.S. alone, not to mention the rest of the world, to exceed any minimum requirements the Super DSPs have to allow us to access their enormous pool of traffic and their cutting-edge technology, which simply is not available in SiteScout or Lean Market or any of the other smaller DSPs. What this does is it brings enterprise-level traffic and auto-optimization to the little guy. These are traffic numbers and software previously safe for the Fortune 100 and the Fortune 500 companies, and now it's being made available to us, the small business people and independents. It's a very exciting concept because it brings legit, cheap traffic back to those that need it most. It greatly enhances our campaign building and lowers the risk of negative ROI from the get-go because, one, our platform uses multiple APIs to integrate with the big 800-pound gorilla DSPs like MediaMath on down to the smaller demand-side platforms. Two, we don't have those ridiculously high markups seen at the smaller DSPs. Three, there is no enormous annual commitment like found with MediaMath and the large DSPs. And we can access and bid for upwards of 50 billion impressions per day in the US alone, just like MediaMath. 0.4 seconds is a long time in the RTB world, and it's getting even longer because of the power of technology. You're going to have to super target your audience. In order to super target your audience, you're going to have to learn the technology. There's a technology concept that you need to understand, so listen up. It's called the 3 digital accelerators. Those digital accelerators are processing power, memory, and bandwidth. As each of these continues to grow, the half a second becomes longer and longer. It enables you to do more and more in that 0.4 seconds than you could just last year. You can take openly available third-party data and append it to these impressions to see if this is the target you really want to show your ads to, and millions of data points are passed in fractions of a second. Millions of data points are passed in real time. The auctions are quick. How quick? With 0.4 second RTB ad buys on the exchange, you have to know your max bid, you have to know your market, and you have to be in it to win it. The data profiles are created using extensive third-party data, and third-party data is where our proprietary real-time bidding platform really shines. You see the subtle shift here? It's a shift from site targeting with some geo mixed in to audience profile targeting. Targeting the exact profile you want to build. 45 to 50-year-old male professional who's shown an interest in art and culture, dines out regularly, has an Equifax job title of executive, is a college grad, working in the post-secondary education industry, who has been a past purchaser of luxury automobiles, has an American Express card, and has an annual income of $150K or greater. Or maybe you want to build a profile to target married women with a master's degree, who drank wine, loves Yoplait yogurt, drives an Audi Q5, and lives in zip code 90210. The shift allows you to build custom audiences. The holy grail of paid traffic is finding the exact person you want to see your ads, not getting your ads on a specific site because you think that's where your audience mostly hangs out. That kind of thinking serves ads to people way out of your target demographic, geographic, and psychographic. Wasted ad dollars, thousands, perhaps millions of. That's exactly why now that this RTB platform is finally available, you need to experiment with the difference that buying traffic from a Super DSP makes. You can bet your bottom dollar your competition is checking it out, or will be as soon as they find out the opportunity is here. We can drive and profitably convert traffic for any product or service. But if you don't contact us today, we can't begin to drive and convert traffic for you. Get serious about your business's future before your competition does. Take your first step toward growing your conversions and enjoying more ROI. Contact us today. You'll be glad you did.